a story told that can't be real, somehow must reflect the truth we feel, yeah.
I'd like to welcome Dr. Victor Stinger to the program. You're Emeritus Professor of Physics and Astronomy at the University of Hawaii and Adjunct Professor of Philosophy at the University of Colorado. He's written a number of books, including Comprehensible Cosmos, Physics and Psychics, Has Science Found God? And the newest book is called God the Failed Hypothesis, How Science Shows That God Does Not Exist. We'll go on to, is it Noel?
Yeah.
How you doing, Noel?
Oh, pretty good. I listen to you guys every once in a while, and just to let you know, I do feel I am a Christian, but I do have one question. What's in it for me to be an atheist? What do you offer an individual as an atheist?
What's in it for you to be a Christian?
Well, the promise is eternal life.
Well, I can make all kinds of promises. What I guess I'd say the benefit for here of being an atheist is that I'm not going to make false promises to you. Nobody is. There's no official governing body for atheists. Actually, Dr. Singer, in the last chapter of your book, you talk about living a life free of God and what benefits.
Yeah. Well, first of all, you're not dancing on the end of some kind of strings. You're not letting your life be governed by rules that don't make any sense just because they happen to be the teachings of a particular sect that you belong to. You certainly save on money. You don't have to donate to your church, but that's of course a minor thing. Basically, you're free. You're open. You should read. There's a wonderful statement by Robert Ingersoll about how he. I wish I could recite it by rote, but I can't. You might look it up. He says, "What if when I realized that the universe was natural, it was a great. The chains just fell off me, and I was so thankful to all those people who made it possible for me to be able to live free of these terrible restrictions."
Well, to me, religion is a matter of perspective. You look out the window and you see God everywhere, or you see God nowhere. And obviously you've got nowhere. But so I wouldn't even try to waste my time convince you of otherwise. But it does sort of disappoint me that all three of you guys, which you seem to be fairly intelligent people, want to limit yourself so much. To limit yourself to what there is right now and nothing else. Because I think there's a lot of the things out there that we just don't know.
How are we limiting ourselves? I mean, I'm limiting myself in saying that I'm not going to believe things until there's sufficient justification to believe it. And what you've apparently done, I could say from my point of view, is you've accepted one person's snake oil and rejected other people's snake oil. And I don't see any grounds for that type of thing. I mean, I was a fundamentalist Christian up until, this
I'm not
century.
a fundamentalist. I'm an Episcopalian.
I'm just using that as an example. I don't know what your particular beliefs are, but as somebody who professes to be a Christian, you seem to have accepted something, hopefully for a good reason. I'm all in favor of everybody believing things for very good reasons and not believing things when the reason isn't good enough.
I think my perspective is a good enough reason. Like I said, when I look at nature, God is there.
Okay, and what good does that do for you to look at nature and see something that you call God?
Well, you're really
it supports
you're arguing from a point of ignorance when you say that God is there. Where did you see God? Where's the evidence?
I mean, many things
you're just claiming that God's there. Where's God?
Many things that
the evidence,
see,
and I'll believe it.
Many things that we see have a natural explanation. We can see biology controls how things, born, live, and die. Physics control planets moving and stuff like that. So I don't see God in any of that. I see physics and biology and chemistry and so on.
I don't know. When you look at life on a molecular level, you look at it and you say, how could this come to itself by itself? And I just think that's an impossibility when you look at time and space.
So basically, because
existence outside time and
but
space.
But you see, I don't know what particular expertise you have, but if a biologist looks at the molecular level, he sees evolution. If a physicist or a cosmologist looks at the cosmos, he sees a natural universe that has no evidence for God. That's what my whole book is about.
Yes, on the basic level.
None of this is evidence. You're operating from a position of not looking at the evidence, not being aware of it.
Again, I say it's all in perspective.
It's not a matter of perspective. Science is a factual study. It's based on taking the data and asking and fitting models to the data, and these models work. We now have models that in biology and in physics and in cosmology that explain everything that we've observed in terms of material processes. What else do you need?
Hello, am I still on the air?
Yeah, yes. I had to put you on hold. There's a problem with the microphones where you can't hear each other talk.
Yes.
Again, it's a matter of perspective. You look at it.
I'm gonna let you go on that note.
Circles, because it's not a matter of perspective.
Because
it's a matter of fact.
The matter of perspective is some of us care whether or not our beliefs are true, and other people just would choose to believe things that are comfortable and comforting. Most of them are on Google Video, some of them are on Blip TV. The content of this video is produced by the Atheist Community of Austin, a nonprofit educational organization promoting positive atheism and the separation of church and state. If you enjoyed this content and are willing and able to provide a donation, please visit the website below.